What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Season 8 of my NHL 19 Seattle Kraken Expansion Mode Series. One thing that's pretty cool that went down today, Seattle officially became the 32nd team in the NHL, so no name or anything yet. Really hoping, of course, they go with the Seattle Kraken. I think that'd be pretty sick, but with that news, I had to make one of these videos. We're in Season 8 already. Won the Stanley Cup, took a little longer than we expected, but at least we got the job done. So, as you can see here, though, last year it was the Rangers actually winning the Stanley Cup. We got knocked out in the second round. And as you can see there, Jack Hughes had a pretty good run, 14 points in 13 games. I think he's been our leading scorer in the playoffs like the last 3 years. I'll give you guys a quick look at the playoff trees. As you can see there, we actually got knocked out in 7 by the Vegas Golden Knights, who ended up going on to lose to the Rangers there in the Stanley Cup final, also in 7 games. So, I mean, we're a good team. I feel like we've just been getting unlucky with the playoff sim. This year's draft, we don't have a first-round pick, but I think we have a couple second-round picks. Now, there's no franchise players this year, as you can see, just 5 medium elites, so nothing to be too worried about. Plus, only 3 years left. Like, players from the draft, unless they're a top 5 pick, really aren't going to be helping you out too much. And in regards to our contract situation, honestly, it's looking pretty good. All of our top players are locked up except for Milroy, so should be able to bring back a similar team from this year into next season, and hopefully, you know, just somehow find a way to win that Stanley Cup. And like I was saying, guys, we only have 4 picks in this year's draft, 2 seconds, a 4th, and a 6th. So I'm just going to keep our picks and hopefully find some gems there. Obviously, we'll just sim through the first round. Our first second round pick there is pick number 14. We'll see if that went down the first round. 84 overall, medium elite, first overall there to San Jose. Fletcher, that's insane. 80, 82, 81, and another 81 there. So even though they're all medium elite, they're all more than NHL already. Pretty sick top 5 picks there. Again, I mean, like I said, unless you're getting those guys, or actually these guys here, 80 overall Krebs, 16, 77, 78. These guys, maybe they don't make the NHL team the first year, but definitely they could by year 2. So I was thinking we didn't have a top 5 pick, the guy was never going to make our NHL team. Definitely does not look like the case. If you get lucky, of course, mid-first round. So we'll see what we can do here in the second round. Again, we're going to have to get lucky. Maybe go this guy, Lacosta, guaranteed medium top 6, and he's considered a gem. I mean, I feel like if we have a gem that's about to go, we should take him. Yeah, let's take Lacosta here. I like that pick. Plus, we have 2 second-round picks, so I feel like that's an easy one to make. 61 overall isn't too bad. Now, we did miss on this Pody guy here, who's got like a 50-50 chance to be medium elite, but 62 overall. Again, probably not making our team. So the highest ranked guy here, Ivany, guaranteed medium top 4. That's pretty good. It's supposed to go right at 50, which is our pick. Definitely better than that Forrest guy. Going to check potentials, though. So McKinnon here, small chance he's high elite, but he's a bust, so I'm going to stay away from him. Danielson, though, right below him, medium elite. Obviously, we want him. Defenseman. So our scouts rank him at 113. Central Scouting, 121. So, I mean, we could at least wait until next round to take him, hopefully. So, I'm going to try beating Greedy here. I'm going to take the top 4D guy just because he's, like, next to go, and then we'll try and trade back into like the 3rd round. Alright guys, right now I'm trying to trade for the Canadiens, 79th overall pick, offering them a 4th this year and then a 3rd and 7th next year. The value's on our side. Hopefully this gets it done, and they do say yes. Okay, so there we go. Our medium elite guy is supposed to go at 120, so us picking 79. Basically just hoping he's still there. I wanted like a mid 3rd round pick, as the early 3rds were basically values as 2nd, and which kind of made it really expensive to trade for. I see there's a guy there, 50-50 chance to be medium elite. But obviously, Danielson, I don't want to mess around with it. And let's see, 49 overall, but medium elite. So that's solid. And next pick here, guys, final pick of the draft, number 26 in the 6th round. We'll see what's available. So far, very, very good draft, I think. This guy here, 50-50 chance to be medium elite defenseman. Ragnarsson, he's got a sick name. 58 overall, which honestly is not too bad for the end of the 6th. And after re-sign phase here, guys, like I was saying, top 6 players are still under contract. Burahovsky there is going to need a new deal next season. Definitely going to cost us a ton of money, but luckily, do not have to worry about that right now. Milroy wants to stay. Carlson does not, but I mean, 35 years old, 85 overall now, and top 60 potential. He is probably going to start getting a lot worse. So we'll just go position by position, easiest kind of way to lay it out. As you can see right here, lots of center depth. Sompy's a 79 now. He actually had like 50 points for us in the AHL. 1.4 though for 79 with no potential. If he wants to go to UFA, I'm just going to let him. Wendland here might be low top 9. 26, no point to keep him. Jarvinen, 22 and 69. That's like just barely good enough to get a contract. Haley there, 21.68. Low top 6 though. So might as well keep him. Desrochers here, 19 and 64. Obviously Gonna keep him too. I don't know why. Like I said this before, so many of the guys that should not be getting the max entry level deal always ask for it. Marchand's now at 78, so we're losing him. Comtois, I would love for him to grow. If he could be like a fourth liner for us this year, that'd be really solid. Fortier, 25 and 72. Just gonna let him go as well. Ennis, 20 and 69. Could probably play in the AHL for us. Again, like how is a 69 overall guy asking for the max entry level? Right wingers here, Sir Milroy. Curious to see what he asks for. 7.3 for 4 years. That seems ridiculous considering kind of the production he's given us. So I'm honestly just going to qualify him and then we'll figure it out. Jarmelson does not want to resign. He's honestly been better for us than Milroy. We'll see what he's asking for though. 3.6 for 2 years. That is actually a steal. He's 84 overall with medium potential. So I don't even care. Like I'll overpay him here by $1 million. 4.5 for 2 years. That should keep him away from free agency even though he does not want the extension. Rodriguez, 24 and 76. I think he's at least still a decent AHL player, so we'll keep him for that reason. So defense, Hughes and Honk is a new pop pair. Wisniewski and Osla on the second. Smith, Nick Lishin on the bottom pair. Plus we have Pilstrom coming up as well as Sandin. So I mean, even losing Carlson, we're going to be fine. Like we have so many good young defensemen. That just gives us a ton of cap space for free agency. So if Smith asks for too much money, I'm just going to, $4 million for an 81. I'm just going to qualify him, and honestly, I'm probably going to trade him. We could have Osla with Wisniewski, like I said, on the second pair, and then Nick Lishin, and then Philstrom or Sandin will be on the bottom pair. Sandin's really never turned out. 2 years, whatever. We'll give him 1.5. He ends up being NHL. That's fine. There's also this Heaton guy here, 24 and 77. You never know. He could have a big summer. Bernhardt's done growing, so let him go. Moen, 24 and 75. He's still a solid AHL D-man. And this Giuliano guy here, lowly potential. He could actually be our 6th defenseman in the AHL potentially. So give him a contract. Worst case, he's scratched. Not a big deal. Goalies, Elliott still signed. He's also going to get raised next year along with Burhosky. So that's going to cost us a ton of money. Sorokin does want to stay with us. I think he's one of the better backups in the league. $2 million for 2 years. I think it's more than fair. Enroth, I guess he's just fine as an AHL starter still. So again, like just under 9K there. Brody, 23 and 73. So he's a year younger and a year higher rated than Madden. We could probably move that Madden guy, honestly, in a trade. So give him a contract too. As you guys can see here, Sorokin accepted our offer. So we got our backup goalie back. Probably all like the AHL guys I'm assuming will be accepting. Or actually, a couple of them rejected. Sandin there accepts our offer. Same with Enroth. Jarmelson, that's where he go to free agency. So that's the big signing for us. The couple AHL guys are rejected. There's actually like 4 of them, so we give them an extra 50K or whatever. They're going to play hardball with barely any potential, not even 70 overall, but whatever. So we still have 18.5 million in cap space. So really we should be able to like sign Milroy. The thing is, he's just never really performed for us. And I don't know, I feel like I'd rather just use him in a trade, honestly. Like, look at that. Most he ever had was, I think his second year, 48 points. I don't know, like, he has decent face-offs, so we could put him at center, but, like, we already have Dak, best third-line center in the league. Kachuk's on the 4th line. Just doesn't make any sense. So, honestly, I think we're going to trade him, and we'll have a lot of cap space for free agency. And we're now at the free agency period, guys. I actually only signed a couple more of the guys that rejected our original offers. I noticed 2 they were rejecting because our roster was full, but just had to release the guys I knew I wasn't going to sign. And then a couple of them that were, like, 22 and 65 overall, I just decided weren't even worth the contract, but we're going to be more than fine. So, Jack Eichel. Oh my, Connor McDavid is a UFA. Oh my god, I feel like we just have to go after Connor McDavid. 95 overall. Just screw everything. Like, we have to go after McDavid, I feel. That is insane. McDavid and Eichel, both UFAs. Look at that. Eichel's actually asking for 25K more than McDavid, even though he's 2 overall lower. That's kind of nuts. Nylander as well here. 11.5 million. Mitch Marner. Nylander turned out way better. That's kind of surprising. Probably going to go the other way around in real life. Asking for 7.5. You got Milroy there, our guy. Stone. Fisher ends up being 85. Carlson wants 5.8. I mean, like I said, our defense is pretty stacked. Taylor Radish there ends up being 84. Fabry. Colin White. Cholowski there is 84 in a UFA. That wouldn't be too bad, but like I feel I got to trust in our guys. I think they're going to grow. And we got them on some pretty crazy deals. So I'm wondering if we could just get McDavid to sign a crazy 1-year deal to come play with us. And just, like, I don't know, give us one of the most stacked rosters ever. Husso there is the best starter, 85 overall. So nothing too crazy. Just curious if there's any like really good two-way goalies available. And there is this Heiskanen dude, 1964, and he's like 50-50. Could be a medium starter. I feel like it's worth taking a chance on just because that gives us a lot of value. I'm also going to check these skaters here and see if there's anyone with potential. So 25, 72 low leads, not really worth it. Defenseman, honestly, we could use the defenseman. 25 and 71, though, is rough. This Cody Clark guy here, though, 25, 76. Chance he's medium top 6. That's not too bad. At least help out the AHL team. There's also these two defensemen here, both 24, 76 overall, guaranteed medium top 6. I feel like that's kind of perfect for the AHL, so bring them in. They might even be, I mean, it depends how it goes, but like they could be top pair AHL defensemen for us. So basically just trying to give us a bit of depth, worst case scenario. There's also this Jones guy here, 24, 77. Good chance he's got medium top 9. I feel like definitely worth at least taking a chance on. So probably have to make a trade to make sure we have enough contract spots. We're going to be really close to the limit. So like I said, I feel like we go for McDavid. I'm curious what it would cost to sign him for 1 year. 15.9, so it's not that much more. As ridiculous as it sounds, like I kind of want to go for it. What's he want? 7 years? I mean, we could even just give him the 7-year deal, because like if you're screwing the cap for Connor McDavid, I think it's worth it. We probably just trade away Scheifele. So I'm thinking like, what is the max actually? I'm kind of curious. So the max contract right now a single player can have is 18.57 million. McDavid there wants just under 15 for 7 years. I mean, like I said, I think we have to go for him. So I'm thinking 16 for 7. I was going to do 1 year, but it's like, if we trade away Scheifele, we'll be fine. Even signing Burahovsky and our goalie. I think at least. I'm going to go for it. We got to go for the best player in the game. Like, him in between Burahovsky and who cares on the other wing. I mean, that's just insane. Not to mention the fact, too, we could probably trade Milroy combined with Smith for, like, another really good player on a decent contract. So, I guess we'll see what McDavid says, and that'll kind of dictate how this offseason goes. And like I was saying, guys, I want to make sure I have enough contracts for everybody, so offering Calgary basically like our 5 worst players for a 4th. Madden here is honestly not our worst player, but I just don't need him. He'd be like our 3rd-string AHL goalie. 24.72, medium fringe. He's got like an okay amount of value. Fisher here is probably AHL bottom 6. Jarvinen's medium bottom 6 at 22.69. Same goes for Burahovsky. Plus, we don't need 2 on the same team. It's going to get confusing. Bastion no longer has potential. He's 27. So it just makes sense to move these guys. If we can get a 4th-round pick back, why not do it? Calgary says yes. Honestly, I was going to take like a 7th, so that works out. And this Heiskanen goalie here accepted our offer, so really hoping he does have starter potential. He's only 1 so far, though. Clark there, so good AHL forward. That guy there will be solid on defense. Same with Wild. Jones, 77 overall is not too bad a pickup. Obviously, waiting to hear back from McDavid. And there we go. Connor McDavid is a Seattle Kraken. That is amazing. So he's staying in the Pacific Division. Oh my god. Like I said, first order of business, sign McDavid. Second order of business is figure out how to make it work in terms of the salary cap. Trading away guys. Our team is so stacked now. And now, guys, we're trying to make a huge trade with Carolina for Andrei Svechnikov. Basically, looking at our players, I feel like we don't have enough snipers. Mostly just all playmakers. Svechnikov's still 25, so he's young, 89 overall. He's a sniper. I feel like playing on the first line with McDavid and Burahovsky, he could just absolutely tear it up. Also, a really good contract there, $6.7 million for the next 2 years. So the last year, we might lose him or have to pay him a bunch. But for the meantime, we're actually saving about $2.5 million on Scheifele's contract. Basically, with McDavid now and Jack Hughes in front of him, I mean, he's too good to be playing on the 3rd line. Plus, he's getting a little bit up there in age. I feel like he just makes the most sense to trade away. Smith here, we qualified. No one's offered on him yet, so he has a decent amount of value. Not going to be bringing him back. If he can help us get the trade through, I think that makes sense. And then Philstrom is tied as our 6th defenseman with Sandin, but I feel like Sandin's probably slightly better. At least he should be. He's got a little bit better potential, so I'm just going to go with Sandin. So again, I think Scheifele, honestly, 1 for 1, the value is equal, and they want Scheifele, but because they don't want to trade Svechnikov, I'm hoping getting these 2 defensemen will make them say yes. Let's see what happens here. And the trade is rejected. We're saving salary, re-sign pending free agents, so that is going to make it tough. Alright, guys, so because we couldn't make a trade happen with Carolina, now trying to put this one through with the Dallas Stars for Forsberg, who is honestly insane. Like, look at this dude's stats. He's 24 years old, 86 overall, top 6 forward potential. He had, I don't even know, what is that, 78 points last year, 43 goals. I said we're looking for a sniper. That is a sniper. Look at his shooting stats. 99 slap shot accuracy, 99 wrist shot accuracy. It's not 100% confirmed, but they're pretty sure that's the way it is. So if I put him on that top line, who knows how much he could score. And I'm also asking for a first-round pick, as his value actually isn't even that high. Honestly, I'd probably do this trade 1-for-1, just because Scheifele's older and it does save us a bit of cap space, but if we can get a first-round pick back, it makes sense. Now, I do have to retain $500K on Scheifele's contract, but basically that just means we're paying Forsberg 6.6, which I am more than fine with. So we'll see what Dallas says here. If they say no, I'll just reduce the first to like a second and keep going down. I think, though, they'll say yes, because they want Scheifele, and he's got way more value. So here we go. Trade is accepted. It's definitely a bold trade, but that gives us a pure sniper, something I was looking for. Like, if that shot is honestly 99 accuracy, with McDavid as his center, the sky's the limit. And right now, guys, I'm trying to move on from those two defensemen who I'm not really going to use this year in the NHL. Smith, like I said, doesn't have a contract, wants too much money, don't really need him. And then Pilstrom here would be like our best AHL D-man. So if we can combine them, and in this case, get a first-round pick from Montreal, I think it's really worth it. They're a hopeful team. I was basically looking for like the worst team that had a first-round pick on the block. Obviously, none of the rebuilders do, but hopeful teams, some do. So I'm hoping, obviously, they miss the playoffs. This somehow is a lottery pick, in which case is a great trade. Value's pretty equal. First-round picks on the block. They won all three things. Let's see what they say. And the trade is rejected. I thought, honestly, that was a pretty fair offer. I'd be willing to like add a 6th-round pick. If this doesn't work, probably take out the 4th and the 6th for a 3rd next year. I think they'll probably have more value, so we'll see. Maybe this gets it done. And there we go. So in this year's draft now, like, we might be the far and away Stanley Cup favorites, and we have 3 first-round picks. That's insane. Also, guys, I want to show you the trade values on this team. I mean, have you ever seen anything like that? Like, I've almost got like 10 guys there at the max value. Not even on like the first page is Milroy, who I'm still holding on to. We do have $6 million in cap space, so I feel like if no one makes him an offer, we could probably get him for $5 million or less for 1 year and just, you know, have an insane forward group, which I'm more than fine with. The 2 guys above him there, unsigned, they could definitely be trade bait at the deadline. Same with Reese, just to try and make our team somehow even better. And Columbus just made us an offer. Orlov for a 1st and a 2nd. I mean, we could use a bit of an upgrade on D. Like, ours is very young, very cheap, but I think they're all going to grow this summer. And 84 overall, I just noticed, with potential AHL top 2 D. I mean, it's not exact, like it's 50-50, but it scares me enough. I'm not saying yes. And check this out, guys. So I was waiting on Milroy. I figured if he's still available at the end of the summer, we'll just get him cheap. And Boston offered him $9 million for 4 years. The dude's 86, never hit 50 points. He gets $9 million. So we'll get a 1st, 2nd, and 3rd round pick. I am taking that compensation. That means that we now have still a stacked team and 4 first-round picks in this year's draft. Like, that's just unbelievable. And right here, guys, trying to make another blockbuster trade. This one's with Chicago for Adam Bachfist. He's making $5.2 million for the next 3 years. 24 years old, 85 overall, medium elite potential. So good chance he's 86 or 87 to start the year. Offer them Vishnevsky here, who's also got medium elite, but he's 25, only 83 overall. And he's got 1 year left here on his $3 million contract, so he's going to want to raise. Good chance he's going to ask for more than Bachfist, who, like I said, I think is just a better player. He's younger, already higher rated. Basically, we're just trying to upgrade Vishnevsky, so I'm offering them Danielson here. 49 overall, we just drafted him, 3rd round. Immediately potential, but 49, like, he's never going to make our team. So I think if he's the price it costs to get Bachfist, who's just an upgrade on Vishnevsky, and honestly, our D could use a bit of an upgrade, I don't think it's too bad. Cost controlled for the rest of the franchise. 3 more years is all we need, so we'll see what Chicago says. And they accept that trade. So it might have been a little bit of an overpay, but I think it was worth it. And I'm trying to make one more trade here, guys. I noticed we still need a 12th forward, so trying to get Poulin from the Edmonton Oilers. 80 overall, roll their 4th line forward is exactly what we need. Also, he's got really good defensive stats, which is what I was looking for. 90 D awareness there, 85 shot block, 87 stick check. At least they're pretty sure that's what it is. And he's cheap, $1.3 million for 1 more year. So I'm offering them Oshie here. 20-year-old, 61 overall D-man who should have low elite potential. So it's like, he's kind of good. He was a 7th round pick, though. So if we can turn him in a 4th into a 4th line NHL player, I'm more than happy with that trade. So we'll see what Edmonton says here. And they do say yes. As you guys can see, too, on the trade block, they had Lowry, Kurt Isle, but I wanted someone young. Hopefully we can still keep him cheap for next year. So the team should be good. We haven't even had growth yet this summer. So if that happens, this team is going to be just absolutely unbelievable. Also, guys, want to give you an update on our draft picks this year. Look at that. 4 firsts, 2 seconds, a 3rd, a 4th, a 5th, and a 6th. Like, are you kidding me? As a champion team, that's just unreal. And with Carlson leaving this summer, I want to give you guys an update on the captaincy. So as you can see here, Jack Hughes is wearing the C. I figured it's his team. Like, he has just carried this team through the playoffs the last few years, been the best player by far. McDavid, though, has to wear letters. So he's wearing one of the A's. And then Jack Hughes' brother there, Quinn Hughes, is wearing the other A. I think it's still pretty awesome how we have both Hughes brothers on this Seattle team. And, like, honestly, guys, looking at the names here, we're just so stacked. I've said that so many times, but this team better just go on an absolute tear. So we're now at the start of the season, guys. As you can see there, team stats is still champion. I'm going to show you the lines, like I was saying all summer. This team is just absolutely ridiculous. So, first line there, we have Ulf Forsberg, Connor McDavid. I still can't believe we signed him. And then Burhosky, who's now a 93. I mean, these three should just tear it up on the first line. There's no reason this can't be the highest scoring line in the NHL. I mean, Forsberg's shot there, like, his hands aren't the greatest, but 99 slap shot and wrist shot accuracy. McDavid and Burhosky are both great playmakers. I'm really trying to go for, like, a better mix of players on these lines. So Jarmelson here, 84. 91 Jack Hughes, 89 Peyton Krebs. Again, Krebs is a very good playmaker. His shot's got good power, but not the best accuracy. His hands are insane, and he's a very fast skater. Hughes has, I think, the best hands I've seen. 99 passing and puck control. Pretty good shot on him as well. And then Jarmelson there, you can see he's a good shooter, not the best hands, but he's also got good defensive stats for a sniper. So again, just trying to round out the lines. Third line here, you have Johansson, Dak, and Caulfield. In Caulfield, you have a really good sniper. I mean, 97 wrist shot accuracy, decent hands. Dak's more of like a defensive center, obviously, not the greatest hands, but he's pretty fast, really good defensive stats, okay shot, and then Johansson kind of does it all for us. And then finally here on the fourth line, we have that Poulin guy we just traded for, Brady Tkachuk and Timashov. So for a fourth line too, they also have a decent amount of just mix and skill. So I don't know, like, it's a pretty good lineup, I'd say. I mean, you got Jack Hughes as your second line center. It just kind of tells you how good the depth is. Defense here, I definitely like the upgrades we made. So Hughes and Bachfist is the top pair. Honka and Osla is the second pair. Osla now an 84. Really happy he grew. We definitely needed him to grow a bit to be a true second pair D-man. And then Nick Lishan and Standing here on the bottom pair. Neither of them actually grew over the summer. I thought for sure they'd both go up by one, but if they play solid this year, there's no reason they can't grow during the season. Elliott there, still an 89 goalie, which is good enough, though, with this team. Sorokin there, one of the better backups in the league. And then special team, just a quick look at the power play. I mean, like, imagine this team, or that first power play, getting over the boards. Like, how do you stop that? And then the second one there, like, are you kidding me? Like, the second power play unit, honestly, could be a lot of teams' first power play units. That's how stacked this team is. AHL, I'll show you guys quick. Forward groups, pretty much all mid-70s. Reese here, immediately potential. Got him on the second line, hoping he grows. Korea's finally playing. I drafted him just for the name, so I really hope he turns into something for us. Also, 69 overall to start. Nice. Defense here, Heaton's now 78. Bode Wild's on the top pair. We also have this other Wild guy on the second pair with the dude we just signed. So defense, again, is pretty good. Giuliano there is the only guy under 75 overall, and he's got low lead potential, so there's no reason the AHL team shouldn't also tear it up. Both goalies are 75 overall as well. I mean, we'll see what happens with this sim, but I don't see many teams in the NHL or AHL being better than the teams that we have, so should be a solid year for both. Alright, so check this out, guys. It's now the beginning of December. We have an 18-4-1 record, currently on an 11-game win streak. This team is ridiculous. We actually started the year out 2-2, so that means we've gone 16-2-1 since then. I'm just going to keep simming until we lose. So it's 11-game win streak. I want to see kind of what we can get up to. So that is 12 with a big win over Dallas. Detroit, we go to the shootout, but still keep it going. Winnipeg, so what is that? 12, 13, that's 14-game win streak we're currently on. Just insane. Like, I guess the team just had to, mold or whatever at the beginning of the year. Minnesota gets us with a shootout loss. I mean, still not a loss in regulation, which is kind of insane. Toronto here wants to give us Jacob Trouba for a first-round pick, which, I mean, is probably fair value. The thing is, signed for 5 more years at $5 million. 84 overall, so for us, he's honestly a bottom pair guy. $5 million is way too much money. Plus, we're going to need that next year when a bunch of contracts come up. And as you guys can see there, after the Minnesota loss, we actually did lose in regulation to the Islanders, and then lost in OT to Bruins. So I don't know what's going on now. We had such a big run, and look at that, 4 straight losses. We did pick up 2 points at least, but 7-1 to Washington. What is happening? The guys lost all their momentum, I guess. And check this out, guys. Just got another trade off. This one's from the Predators. Want to give us Ellis for a second-round pick. I mean, if he's still good, this is a steal. I assume he's not, based on the fact they only want a second back. And yeah, he's an 82. I mean, it's a slight upgrade on our bottom pair, but probably do better at the deadline. And check this out, guys. Just got a giant trade off from Carolina. I want to give us Hedman, a second, a third, and a fourth for our first round pick. That seems like way too much if Hedman's actually still good. I mean, he could be still decent, but $7.6 million for 6 years is a big contract. 87 overall. Role there is a top 4 defenseman. Potential, it's probably not 70. It's probably like medium top 6, which is still, he's 35 years old, and he's getting paid for 6 more years. We only need him for 2 more years, but that cap, I don't really know how that cap works in terms of like fitting in on our team. I can't believe I'm going to do this. I'm going to say no, though. It doesn't make sense. It is an upgrade for, like, he'd be on our second pair, but it's too much money for too old of a player. And check this out, guys. We just got another big trade offer. This one's from the Bruins. Want to give us Subban, Vakanainen, and a 6th for a second and a third. It seems too good to be true because Vakanainen, if that's how you say his name, has elite potential, apparently. So Subban must be pretty bad now. 82 overall, he is. Okay, I wonder if this guy's even any good. 79 and 27, so yeah, he's done growing, so that's just not a good trade. And we just got another big trade off for a defenseman. John Carlson there, a third and a fourth for our first and a fourth, or it's actually Dallas first round pick. 1 year left, so it does work in terms of cap salary, like we'll get it back. Only 83 overall though, like I can get such a better player for $6.2 million in cap at the deadline, and we're actually there right now. Record there you can see is 40, 18, and 4, so 84 points at the deadline. Like, we got to win 3 games after that, basically, to make the playoffs. We're sick. AHL team there, 39, 19, and 4. Also having a very good year. So I'm glad, like, the Sim's been good to us. We're not the best team in the division, even, though. Anaheim there, 88 points. That is incredible. I don't know how. Like, we had, like, 14 straight wins. And somehow Anaheim's still above us. That's ridiculous. We are the 2 best teams in the West. And we're not the best. The New York Islanders have 92 points at the deadline. What the hell is going on? I gotta go check out their team really quick. Also, you can see there, Forsberg, 60 points. Definitely benefiting from playing with McDavid and Burhoski. He's got 33 goals, 27 assists there. But I gotta go check out this Islanders team. How do you have 92 points at the deadline? Like, that's gotta be a record. Anaheim, too. How is this team better than us? They have Raquel and Mantha. The rest is average. They have Lindholm. Their D is actually crap after Lindholm. Like, are you kidding me? Like, our bottom pair is better than everybody but Lindholm. And they still have Gibson, but he's an 88. Oh my god, they also have this 89 Herm dude. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter, though. Like, so you have a really good backup, but the backup shouldn't really play that many games. I don't know. That doesn't really make sense. I wonder if that's, like, some sort of glitch where, like, your goaltender rating's higher because you have such a good backup. Holtby there is in goal for the Islanders, only an 86. Okay, they have a nasty first line. They have some good forward depth. I think ours is still better, though. And then defense, theirs is good, but not as good as ours. So, I don't know how they're doing that well. Maybe they're just, like, worst teams in the Metro. But anyway, guys, we're at the deadline. Have a bit of cap space. Have a ton of assets. You're going to see if we can make this team even better. All right, guys, so we're now trying to get another huge trade. This one's with Columbus for Zach Werenski and Burns. Burns here is not Brent Burns. Basically, it'll be 4th line right wing for us, 82 overall. As you can see, there's a good chance he has medium elite potential, but based on his trade value, I'd say it's probably low elite. Role there's 3rd line checking forward, really good defensive stats, kind of like the other guy we got for the 4th line. So I'm hoping, you know, they just kind of do their part. And then Zach Werenski, of course, is just sick. He's actually going to play second pair for us. We have Quinn Hughes for the top pair. Value's not too crazy, plus $6 million for an 87 overall D-man is actually really fair, especially this late with how high the salary cap is. So offering them Nick Lishin basically for salary reasons, plus he'd be scratched. 25 years old, only an 80 overall still. Timashov here, I like him. You probably can get him back in free agency, but for a 4th liner, his defensive stats aren't the best. And then Urquhart here, we just drafted, I think, 2024. He's a sniper. He's not too bad, 65 overall. Probably never makes our team. If he gets a Zach Werenski, I think it's worth it. So we'll see here what Columbus says. And the trade's accepted, so that is an insane trade for us. Also, too, wanted to show you guys, still have our 4 first-round picks. I honestly want to keep them all, just because we can probably like trade up for the first pick, and there's a good chance Boston might win the draft lottery, as you guys can see there. So, yeah, they're 500, a rebuilder. Honestly, even if we just get like a top 3 pick from them, it's still 100% worth it. I'm also curious to see how good Milroy's doing for them. So, yeah, he's got, what is that, 37 points? That's better probably than he usually does for us, but I bet you that's playing like first-line minutes, and definitely $9 million for him. I'll take that first round pick every single day of the week. So that's the trade deadline, guys. Here's an update look at the team. Obviously, the top 9 forwards have not changed. And now Burns here is on the 4th line with Tkachuk and Poulin. Defense there looks very strong. Hughes, Honka, Bachvist, Werenski, Osla, and Sandin. I realized too, Bachvist and Hughes are both offensive D-man. I had them paired together, so I feel like that might not have been the smartest thing. Now it's more even. Honka and Werenski are both two-ways, so not only is that mixed up, we also got the 85s kind of split up there. The computer wanted Werenski on the top, but that made no sense. I like the left side to be all lefties and the right side to be all righties, although Sandin is offhand. But this team's stacked. We just made them even more stacked at the deadline, and we kept all of our first-round picks, which I love. So I'll send to the playoffs now and just hope for the best. And it's at the end of the season here, guys. As you can see there, pretty good record to finish the season off on. 54, 23, and 5, so 113 points. AHL team there had 108, so both teams having over 100 points, having 4 picks in the first round. Not a bad place to be. We actually did pass Anaheim, that's awesome, and won the conference. Curious to see if we finished first in NHL or not. Also, just noticed Forsberg here finished with 82 points in 82 games, so he averaged exactly a point per game. That's awesome. 47 goals, so very happy with that trade. I don't think Scheifele, even if he had that many points, it wouldn't have been that many goals. So I think that trade did work out for us. McDavid there, only 70. I don't know, how does he have 82 points? He must have just been scoring a bunch on the power play. Can we see power play points? We can. He's got 26, so maybe. I don't know. Or he's just taking it himself. McDavid, though, 70 is not too bad. I'd hope for a bit more than that from a guy that's 95 overall making 16 million, but what are you going to do? Burakovsky at 66. Jack Hughes at 60, so I think that's a bit of a down year for him. Or actually, only 8 points less, and he was playing second-line minutes. That's not too bad. Obviously, still on the first power play unit. Quinn Hughes there, almost 50. Jarmelson, 46 is pretty good. Dak, actually, 46, third-line center. I think that's the most points he's ever put up. Yeah, it is, so that worked out well. Krebs there, 45. He dropped off quite a bit, playing on the second line. Yeah, he had like 60 points the last 2 years, 50 the year before that. I mean, he was on the first power play unit, which probably hurt him, and obviously first line minutes, so I don't know. Hopefully you can find a way to get him going. Caulfield, though, 43 is pretty good. Poulin here, 35, playing 4th line. I don't mind that at all. So I'm pretty happy for the most part. Obviously, some guys I felt could have played better. Elliott here, 5 shutouts. He actually had a worse save percentage and goals against than Sorokin. Sorokin stats there are sick, but I mean, maybe they had Sorokin play against the worst teams. Quick look at the AHL here. Langdon, 21 years old, 26 overall, low elite. He had 74 points. That's pretty good for the AHL. Edler as well, he had 71. He's now 77. I thought this guy had medium elite potential, but it looks like it's now low elite. Maybe they'll bounce back to medium elite, but I mean, he had an insane year in the AHL. No reason both those guys can't grow. Even Rodriguez there at 69, he could probably bounce back as well. So we'll see how Forsberg did in terms of the entire league with 82 points, and maybe, possibly Maurice Richard trophy. Barzal, 86, so it was a lower scoring year. Rodin at 85, Wozniewski 85, same with Kucherov. So he's on the first page, and it looks like he might be tied. Oh no, Salah there, 52 goals. I don't know how I missed him, but he was tied there with Hall, Linehay, Wozniewski for 3rd in scoring, which isn't too bad at all. And like I was saying, guys, I also want to check right now and see where he finished the entire NHL. Won the division and conference. Islanders, though, did beat us out. I mean, they had a huge lead at the deadline, like 14 points, and they only finished 3 points ahead of us. They actually got a game left to play as well, so I'm still really happy, though, with the season we had. I'm hoping to Boston. Oh, they're 22nd, so I mean, they're not making the playoffs. Gotta hope we get lucky with the draft lottery. I know we had Dallas pick as well, and honestly, I forget the 4th team's pick. It's pretty bad you have that many picks, you can't remember. Washington there finished last place, so yeah, again, we're just gonna have to hope we get lucky with those draft picks. And we finished 2nd place, our AHL team, in the division, geez, with 108, and 4th in the league. It seems like always we have like a really good other team in our division, but obviously we get to the playoffs now, hoping for big things from this team. Really no reason they shouldn't be able to win the Stanley Cup. I mean, we're stacked top to bottom, just have to hope for a good sim. And this is pretty cool, guys. In the first round of the playoffs, we're actually up against McDavid's old team, the Edmonton Oilers. Lafreniere there, though, is now the face of that franchise, 92 overall. Imagine if like they lucked into him in real life. That'd be just unfair. Morgan Frost, our old 4th line center, is their 1st line center. They better not be able to beat us. Like, that would just be ridiculous. Yamamoto there. Puljujärvi's now an 88. Not sure why he's on the 1st line. They do have this guy that was an 85. Johnny Gaudreau's on this 2nd line. Their 2nd line is better than the 1st line. Lowry, I thought about maybe trading for. Kurtal there, 79. Defense isn't that great. I mean, they got a good depth, but no true number 1. Oh my god, their goalies are 278s. If we don't beat this team, I might stop playing franchise mode, because like they have a couple sick players there, Lafreniere and Gaudreau, but after that, it's not even close. So hopefully here the sim, like, I don't know, maybe Cinderella's story happens. I don't want to get too cocky, but we should be able to beat the others here. So first game, first period, no scores. Second period, wow, it's a defensive game, and there we go. Caulfield, he just snipes one there from the slot, gets us the win. I was worried, like, how are these teams too? Like, they had 278 goaltenders. I don't care who they're starting. The team we have should be able to score a lot more than 1 goal per game. But luckily, a big shutout there from Elliott. So we'll keep going here. Second game, first period. And Forsberg scores for us, Lowry for them. There we go. In the second period, Werenski gets one. And in the third, we hold on. Kachuk for us, Gaudreau for them. So 2-0 lead. Close games, though. Like, I mean, I'm happy we're pulling out the W's. It shouldn't really be this close, though. Here you go. Third game. First one in Edmonton. And big first period. Werenski, Johansson for us. McLeod, Puljujarvi for them. So it's 2-2. Big second, though. Dak and Burahovsky score for us. Puljujarvi for them. So we have the 4-3 lead. They tie it up, though, with Flood, whoever that is, going to OT. And there we go. Clefbaum. OT winner. We do not get the sweep. Okay. I mean, all these games have been so close. Like, you'd think these are the two best teams in the NHL matched up right now in the playoffs. Not quite the case. It's the best team in the West versus the worst team in the West that made the playoffs. So here we go. Hopefully we can take at least one game in Edmonton. First period, we're down by 1. Gaudreau scores. Down by 3 now. Gaudreau gets another. And we actually get shut out. I don't know what is happening here. We have to win this year, too, because we're going to be a bit of cap hell next year when Burahovsky wants a new contract. There's somebody, that defenseman as well, and I think there might be one other player. So, like, we got to go for it this year, boys. Come on, Game 5, back in Seattle, back home. Hopefully here we can pull out the win. First period, there we go. Poulin scores. Second period, Burns, Burahovsky, Emelin, and Frost for them. So you have the 1-goal lead. Wow, they tie it up. Jarmelson for us, and Puljujarvi, Boulerice for them. We need one here in OT. We need a hero. Nothing in the first. Are you kidding me? Flood, that Flood dude again scores for them. I was just thinking, I don't think McDavid has scored yet in these playoffs. I don't get it. We looked at the teams. They're not even close. AHL team there is 2-2. They do beat the Marlies in the first round. I swear, like, I don't even know right now. Let's force a Game 7. Come on, we need to win one in Edmonton. 1-1, Jarmelson and Green. There we go. Honka. Okay. Oh my god, I was not sure. I thought we won, we didn't. Hutton, Boulerice, and Yamamoto for them. Jarmelson, Caulfield for us. They force OT. How are, like, look at our goals, too. We're scoring from out there. We just got to shoot on this 78 goalie. So 4-4. Season's on the line. OT. I'm going to freak out if we don't win.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
How does our team lose to that team? That makes no sense. So some of the AHL playoffs here, guys, maybe they can make up for the NHL team. Honestly, if they can win the Calder Cup, I'm still gonna be pissed. They just swept the second round, and I'm still not even happy just because that's the best team I've ever constructed in franchise mode, probably. Like, if we add maybe one defenseman on the bottom pair, you can't really build a better team. And we get beaten the first round by a really lackluster Oilers team. AHL team just put together 8 straight wins. Well, actually, it could even be more than 8 straight wins because we got to go check the first round, but they are dominating. Let's go quickly look. They won the last game of the Marlies. So, yeah, they're running a 9-game win streak here. Manitoba Moose, chance to win the Calder Cup. I don't think we've won the Calder Cup yet. 2-2, we're down 3. Look at that. Goes to Game 7. We lose 3-2. I mean, game away there from Calder Cup champs would have been a little nice to get something. I don't know. Like, how can you... Like, the teams were not even close. They had 278s. Our backup was better than their starter. Like, I just do not get how this simulation works sometimes. The Islanders there, the Stanley Cup champions. So at least the best team in the regular season won. It should have been us, though, playing in the Cup final. Like, I don't know how Edmonton beat us. I gotta go check the playoff tree, too, and see what happened. Like, how much of a run Edmonton made. But let's see. Draft lottery, we get 11th pick as well. Not even in the top 5 or anything. At least we do have 4 first-round picks, though. Like, we can probably make a move for first overall, at least a top 5. Coasty there, franchise potential. We're making a move. We have 4 first-round picks. We have other assets. We can probably pick up another first overall player. Like, our team is that sick. Retired players here, I doubt we have any. We do not. Nick Backstrom retires, calls it a career. 1,270 points. That's insane. Giroux there as well. Brad Marchand. I thought for sure he'd go unsigned, but apparently Vegas wanted him. Blake Wheeler there. You can see like both those guys are 75. Giroux 77. Backstrom was still an 81 at least. PK Subban 78. John Carlson 82. Like, a bunch of the guys that were getting offered to us in trades retired, so it's kind of funny to see. We'll check goalies now as well. And there we go. Marc-Andre Fleury retires at 41 years old. 1,100 games played as a goalie. Kind of insane. I mean, what a great career for him. Carey Price as well retires same year. Both of them were free agents. They weren't even good enough to get signed. I mean, yeah, 75 overall. You're not good enough to be like an AHL starter even. Plus the age just doesn't make sense. Ben Bishop, James Reimer, Talbot, Aranta, Kincaid. So a big year for goalies though with Price and Fleury. Tyler Ennis there became a scout. I forgot to mention too, I wanted to get Brent Burns as our scout, as I know last season he became available. When I went to like sign a scout though, he wasn't there, so I'm not sure what happened. Jarmelson, 5 points in 6 games for us. I'm kind of curious, where was McDavid playing against his old team? Like, he should have went off on the Oilers. I don't get it. Like, he didn't have a goal for us. He's not even showing up here. Like, where was the first line? I mean, Burhosky and Forsberg there both had 4 points. Where's McDavid? Like, $16 million man. He had 2 points in 6 games. I expect a lot better from him than that. Elliott here, 2-1-3. Definitely makes 2 and 4 look better when 3 of your losses were in OT, but still, like, I don't know how we don't win. I mean, I just remember too, he got a shutout the one game, which basically means we win. So it's only one game we really won on our team. Less than a .9 save percentage though, and over 3 goals against. That's pretty rough. I thought this was our year. Like, we were so dominant in the regular season. And yep, I knew it. The Oilers got beat in the second round. I knew they were just going to get beat right after beating us. I don't know how we lose that. Islanders there go 7-0 with Carolina first round. Then 5 with the Rangers, 5 with the Panthers, and 6 against the Blues. I don't know how the first rounds are often the toughest rounds. It makes no sense. But NHL awards here, Islanders won the Stanley Cup, President's Trophy, Prince of Wales. Big year for them. Rodin there, creative player who's sick. Art Ross Trophy. Hart goes to Couturier. He wasn't even high in scoring, but maybe just a great two-way player. Or maybe I missed him. That's also possibly the case. McCarr there gets the James Norris. Galchenyuk got the Lady Byng. Just all the hardware is going to the Islanders this year. Fletcher there with the Calder. Obviously, he was first overall, like 84 overall to the draft. He's going to win it. Conn Smythe goes to Holtby. Ivan in there with the Vezina. I hope I said that right. I don't think he's real, so who cares? Gibson got the William Jennings. Bill Masterson here goes to Myers. Hischier actually got the Selke. More of an offensive guy, but I guess he started to hone his defensive game. Ted Lindsay also goes to Couturier. Jeez. And then Maurice Richard there to Salo. So Islanders, like I said, cleaned up. We'll see if the AHL team possibly took home something. I mean, we do know we got like the whatever conference we're in. We got that trophy for the playoffs. Yes, so we are in the East. We got the playoffs trophy for the East. At least that is something. Player awards. Ustorf there, most points. MVP. Zadorov, most goals. He in there, best defenseman. So there we go. We did get an award, or player award. I feel like those are better than the team awards. And it was just that one, but still best team in the AHL. That's not too bad. Definitely a disappointing end to this season. We were so good. Langdon there, 21 points, 20 games. I actually forgot to check how the AHL team did in playoffs too. So that looks really good. I think this guy could be an 80 by next year, which is obviously huge. Rodriguez. Edler here at 14 points. So there's a chance he makes the NHL team next year as well. Rodriguez, like, obviously, the more good players you have, just the more flexibility you have. Let me know, guys, what you think this team needs. Do you think we're just unlucky in the sim, or does this team really need a shake-up? Like, McDavid and Jack Hughes as your 1-2, you should not be getting beat out by 278 goaltenders. I still can't believe it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Like I said, let me know what you think about the team in the comments section. If you did enjoy it, leave a thumbs up. If you guys aren't subscribed yet, please do that. And stay tuned for the next episode, guys. Thank you again for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.